Hi guys, I'm glad you are here. I will do a divine feminine, divine masculine reading, and I just excuse me, I don't sleep too much, so uh, that is my problem. When I'm on camera, I always worry about. I think everybody's like that, okay? But anyway, it doesn't matter. What I wanted to talk about, well, I will do a reading about some pervert narcissistic energies, okay? That's what I can feel. It's a divine feminine, divine masculine reading, okay? And from my personal experience also, I have to tell that none of us is perfect. I don't care how much you are a spiritual teacher, a tarot reader, or I don't know, a religious reader. Yes, you have to show accent to people. You should not lie about your situation. But you need to understand all of us have ego. Everybody has ego. So the person, usually it's narcissistic people, say, so, oh, I don't have an ego anymore. No, honey, you will always have ego. It's part of a human nature, okay? Difference what it makes, how do you deal with your ego? Do you keep your ego in depth? Do you regulate your ego? Because when you say you don't have an ego, and after you behave like an egoistic, honey, it's a lie, okay? Everybody has ego, and time to time we fall for it. All of us. Even if you are spiritual, even if you are awakened, you have to correct yourself. You have to heal yourself. And there is one thing that will cause the death of the ego, your ego, when you apologize. And that's what is a pervert narcissistic person is incapable to do. Sometimes they do it superficially when they don't have any other choice. But because they have a huge ego, it's humiliating for them. It's humiliating for everybody to apologize. But for me, if somebody apologizes, it's mean if they really mean it. I mean, that means that they really thought about their behavior. Do you understand? And I do it also. I don't want to do it so often because it's humiliating, and especially when you have to apologize from a pervert narcissistic. The pervert narcissistic will jump on you, I mean, spiritually and emotionally, that, yes, it's your fault, you see, and yes, it's good you apologize because you did this and this and this, and after, everything will be your fault. You have to prepare yourself for that. Because they will blame everything on you. They will do reverse psychology, but they never apologize. But sometimes, spiritually, you have to apologize because you made mistake, okay? And when you made mistake and you apologize spiritually, you release it. After, there are people who don't accept it, they give a shit about it. There are people who accept it. Usually these are the adult people who grown up actually emotionally. And there are the people, the narcissistic, who will jump on you. And everything will be your fault. And after, you just look at them, try to hold back what you can. And you say, listen, me, I apologize for my part, but you didn't apologize for yours. You blaming me for? Well, if you don't want to tell, you don't tell. But me, I'm an Aries, so I have a big mouth, so I tell always. And after you say I say always just, listen, I apologize for my part because I know where I made mistake, but you, when there is a relationship, it's never ever one person's fault. Even if it's an abusive relationship. Because you let that person to abuse you. You give permission to that person, and that is your fault. But to recognize that, you will have to heal your trauma. Because you will say everything is his fault. But no, honey, because when you ignore the red flags, you saw it and you ignore it. Oh, how many times I did it? I know what I'm talking about because I did. Okay, I was in it. It's your fault when you ignore that red flag and you get involved with a pervert narcissistic, and they fuck your life up. So after you made mistakes, if nothing else, you ignore those red flags. Okay? Apologize when you fuck up something. Simple as that. Even if you are, honey, you are not alone fucking up a relationship. There is two person who fuck it up. Okay? But apologizing for something what you did will permit you to heal, change from it, and learn the lesson. If not, your ego will stay hurt, wounded, and healing will be really difficult. Doesn't matter if they don't accept it. Doesn't matter if a pervert narcissist will jump on you and tell you that everything is your fault. Just a second, guys. Sorry, guys. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You just do your part, because when you handle this spiritually, after you can ripe later on the fruits of your work. Do you understand? But it's not easy to say sorry. It's not easy, and sometimes you are so stressed that it just came. Listen, I'm sorry. You don't even have a force to explain why are you sorry. And after the other person makes up, what are you asking sorry, especially if it's a pervert narcissistic. But do your best, okay? You need to understand this human existence. We make mistakes. It's normal. We make mistakes, and if you make one, you learn from it, or you try to fix it, or excuse me, I just came home from work and in the morning I didn't check myself really. I just run. Everybody makes mistake. You too, me too, everybody. There is no fucking perfect person. Do you understand? What makes you perfect? When you are honest with yourself, and when you fucked up something, you go there and fix it. Or at least try it. Sometimes we can't fix it because it's really fucked up. It's gone. Okay? But at least try it. That is what we can do. Okay. Right. Oh, gosh. Excuse me, guys. Let's see. Yeah, pervert narcissistic will normally they won't apologize because they are in their world. Everybody's hurting them, and after, when you have trauma, you need to make sure you don't fall into these narcissistic traits. Okay, but it's good to have a checkup on yourself, and if you have to be just in a relationship when it's fucked up, and listen to the other side also. Because it's never only one person fault. Do you understand? It's both of them makes error. Spirit, I don't have many cards. No, I got it finally. Okay. We have a fake lover, friends. Materialism. We have divine protection, right timing, and the oracle. Just one more thing, very quickly. I dealt with a little boy this morning, and he had a really tough reaction, and I didn't understand what's going on. And I'm sorry. Finally, it came out that there is somebody who's abusing him in school. Another garçon, okay? A garçon boy, pardon. Another boy abusing him. And what I told him, that you have a right to be happy, to be in calm and peace wherever you are. If it's on a street, if it's in your home, if it's in school, you have a right to be happy, calm, and in peace. It's your right. And if someone is violating, it's not normal. You have to call that person out. That, excuse me, you have no right to talk to me like that. You have no right to hurt me or hit me or whatever they're doing to you. And I told this garçon, I don't know why I'm saying garçon, it's French in boy, okay? I told this boy that, listen, you tell this little boy that he has no right to touch you. He has no right to talk to you like that. And if he continues to do that, you will be obliged to go to the teacher and tell the teacher or the directress. And what you teach to a child already, and unfortunately many of us don't do that because we go with the system, and after people learn accepting bullying, because children do not understand it's your right to be happy, to live in peace. Just to be calm, it's your right. It's your right. It's respecting yourself, respecting your body, that no one can touch your body without your authorization. No one can talk to you with harmful words, because if you do, I turn around and I walk away. I won't listen to you. I won't give you that respect to listen to you. And I won't wind myself up, because I have a right to have peace and calm in my life. When you teach a child 3-4 years that he has a right for that in school, at home, on a street, they will speak up for themselves, at least. So then, people, the new generation, if you bring up kids like that, the new generation will be able to resist bullying, abuse. But unfortunately, nobody told me, for example, when I was little, the parents running to work, most of the parents are not psychologists, be honest, huh? And we just survive in school, we adapt to abuse, we adapt to bullying, and after later on we think it's normal, and it's not. It's not. It's your body. Nobody touch it if you do not want it. It's your emotion, your peace, your happiness. Nobody touch it if you do not want it and you do not allow it. A child needs to learn that. And then this boy was liberated. He didn't know he has a right. Can you imagine? If you think about it, many of us does not know we have a right. When you live in a marriage, when you have to serve a pervert narcissistic, and they do all their shit, I won't get into this, but we do not realize we have a right to be in peace. We have a right to be happy. We are not there to serve a pervert narcissistic for the rest of our life. We are not there to give our energy so he could leash on it and go out and make a success of it while we are suffering at home. It is your right to have your own energy and not to give it away to everybody. Because then if you don't want, you don't want. They don't have right to just come in and take it. And after when you don't want to give it, they say, you have trauma. You have to heal yourself. Honey, if I don't want to sleep with you, I don't want to sleep with you. If I tell you take it slowly and you do not respect it, then fuck you. You are a pervert narcissist. Go to hell. And you have to teach that to children also, not just in sex. Yes, after a certain age you have to talk about this, because I'm sorry, when they're in college, when they're in elementary school, they will face with it. Speak up and make it clear for yourself, for your children, what is your right. And your right is respecting you, yourself. And when you respect yourself, other people will be obliged to respect you. Because if not, you will walk away. And if they don't leave you alone, you will go and press charges. Simple as that. This is a process children need to learn. They have a right. And their right is happiness, calm, and peace. So they can play calmly, happily, in peace in a courtyard when it's a recreation. Every children has a right. So if somebody goes there to bullying them, they have to stand up and say, listen, you have no right to talk to me. You have no right to hit me. You have no right to kick me, whatever. A child needs to learn to speak up. And when he can't handle it, he go to the teacher, and a teacher should have the same right than with the adults, the police, and a law system has. But when we ignore children, we're just running to work, we don't know what's going in their little life, and already in school there is bullying, and after, don't be surprised that your daughter or your son will be in an abusive relationship later on. They will let it happen. Right. After, if you fuck up a relationship because you have trauma that is not healed, at least apologize. If it's a pervert narcissistic, probably he will jump on you. I had recently an experience like that. And they don't take up their own mistakes, but it doesn't matter, you did your part spiritually. Do you understand? Because when you apologize, you're clearing up that bad karma. If you do not apologize, that will press on your karma. When you apologize, you do something to clear up your karma. Don't do fake apology. No, I'm not saying to go there and force yourself. No, sit down and think, where did you make mistake? What mistake did you make? Excuse me. I'm a tarot reader with hiccup. I don't know why. And maybe other way I take the air. I breathe. So that's how you learn. What mistake you make in a relationship the next time you don't want to make. You want to learn. You want to learn your lesson, okay? And sometimes you fuck up a really good relationship or with a really nice person. Sometimes. And when it's done, it's done. It's gone, okay? But at least you learn from it. And at least you go back and say, listen, that was my fault. And for that, I say sorry. Well, if it's a private narcissistic, he will put everything on you. Just walk away. You did what you had to, and it's fine, okay? Right, so we have here fake friend, oracle, right timing, divine protection, materialism. Okay, very interesting. There is a fake lover of friends for you. I had the impression this is a very materialistic person, and that is usually pervert narcissistic people are. They are extremely materialistic, and money has more value than human life for these people. This is really it can be really upsetting, especially when you have a partner like that, and you realize what's going on. You can be really angry after. So, and after the narcissistic really like provoking your anger. So especially when you are outside and people can see. So when they provoking your anger, people see and say, oh, she is the narcissistic, not him. Because I didn't hear him talking like that, but I heard her. Nobody is concerned about you, only what's happening behind closed door. Who is the real pervert narcissistic? That's why from childhood we need to learn this. Because our society create narcissism. Just people become narcissistic because of social media, because of what's going this bullying shit in a school. So there is two options: you will be the victim, or you will be the person, the girls who are the most beautiful and bullied, the one that is not, or I don't know, it's different for boys. But all comes back to the narcissism. But when you learn to handle it, especially when you teach your children to handle it from childhood, they won't be able to, narcissistic people won't be able to get them. Even if they try, they won't be able to. Simple as fuck. And you have a friend here who's like this. I have a better husband, I have a better house, a better car, better children, blah, 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 blah. I had friends like that. They are fucking perfect. They read every books. And they cuddle their child. They do everything from outside that people think, oh, I read this and this book and I will do this with my child, blah, blah, blah. And you look at in the eyes of the child and have the child look at her mother and you don't see anything else but fucking coldness. You know this is a pervert narcissistic mother. Okay? And it has nothing to do with divine empress energy who loves her children. Oh no, honey, no. It has to do something with this. Show up. That's what narcissistic people do. Show up. Me, I can see, a psychologist, a psychiatrist can see when children are open with a mother. When they can express their feeling. They can talk about it. That is what show you what kind of relationship you really have with your children. This friend is like that. Everybody thinks they are fucking perfect mother. But when she is at home with her child, and she's tired, but she has no patience, she will flog that child, she will abuse that child. Nobody knows about it. And guess what? This friend will see you having a good relationship with your child and will project her own abusive energy on you just to make herself feel better, that she's a good mother and you are crap. Doesn't matter if it's a lie. Doesn't matter, because it will make her feel better that people think you are an abusive mother. Because she can't stand that you have such a good relationship with your child. Especially if her child fancy you. Oh God, that is the war. She will lead a fucking war against you. I didn't even talk about her husband. If her husband will fancy you, you are dead for a narcissistic woman. That's what's happening here. They will attack you. Don't worry. You are an oracle. Highly spiritual, probably a starseed, earth angel, and you are under divine protection. So don't worry, because this bitch, even if he or she will get you, with divine protection, you have the karma very quickly in your life. I mean, the other people who attack you, you will have the good karma. Right timing. Okay, let's see. Honey, it's not problem if you are narcissistic, okay? You have to heal from it. What you should not let happen, that become a psychiatric disease. Because sometimes everybody can, because we have ego, we can have narcissistic traits, all of us. You have to do a self-checkup and correct yourself. Because when you correct yourself, your ego dies. And sometimes, some of us, the ego has to die every day. Well, Christian talk about it, the old man, the old nature that is died with Jesus Christ when they got Christian. Okay, well, this is a really good spiritual vision about the ego that everybody has. You are Christian or not, everybody has ego that has to sometimes die even every day. Especially if you love a person, you are in relationship with a person. Will you fuck it up just for your ego? Will you? Or you will destroy the love with your controlling issues just to please your ego and let that precious love die every day in your partner who loved you with a divine love, true love, but because you are incapable to say, I have unhealed issues, I'm sorry I did that, I love you, I didn't want it to hurt you. That kills your ego when you say that. But that cultivates true love in a relationship. That's how you keep that true love in that relationship. But when your ego doesn't let you to say, I know what I'm talking about because I was on both of the sides, honey. You don't want to lose that person. You have to tell. And still it's not guaranteed. Maybe they will walk away even like that. Especially if they are unhealed. But if it's a balanced, mature person, will not walk away. They will understand. And they will stick to you. True love. Blaming you. Trying to get you to do something you do not want. Well, if it's a fake lover, that is hugely possible. You show them true love. A narcissistic person uses true love to leash on the energy. Like, okay? Because it makes them, it gives them an ego boost. And when they have an ego boost, they go out in the world and they will perform. And they perform really well. And these are like psychological reaction, like the Shian of Pavlov, you know. A narcissistic person will learn this. If I go home to this divine person, I get true love, divine love. I get it for me. I go out to my job, and then I'm self-assured. I just covered my insecurity with this, my partner's divine love. So I go out at work, I perform, I'm self-confident, and when we are self-confident, usually we advance well in career, okay? So this narcissistic person gets used to this psychological cycle that I go home, I get true love, I go out, I will make money with it. This is energy, okay? I'm talking about energy. So they will get used to leashing on divine people's energy, empathic people's energy who give love. This is how it works. This is how they make money with it, honey. Because usually this is a person who is insecure. This is a person who is depressed, who are incapable to stay alone and being happy and generate their own happiness, their own energy. So what they do, they will find someone who is an empathic divine person who gives so much love. They leash on it, go out in the world, at work, in university, studying or whatever, and they make success. Because their insecurities are covered, in French, covered with this love. So it won't come out. Okay, I don't know what to do with my hair, but that doesn't count. So, yeah, I need to go to the hairdresser. Sorry, guys. When you give true love to a person, it's wonderful, but don't be naive. Please do see the red flags and do not ignore it just because you have love for that person. Especially when they do this. I experienced with this guy. Maybe it's my real soulmate, I don't know. But when you feel that, okay, there is something is still not healed inside me 100%, there is something left, and I don't want to hurt the other person, and you tell that person that, listen, I do not want to hurt you, I'm not healed, we are going too fast for me, we need to slow down. And a person does not understand because they take it as a rejection. Do you understand? After this person took over their insecurities, that they feel rejected, they will use the blaming game. The blaming game. That, you see, you are not healed. You have trauma. And me, I just want to love you. I just want to give you all, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me? Red flag, ding, ding, ding. That is one thing that I make errors. But you, how do you treat me? How dare you to treat me like that? When I'm honest with you, and I tell you that I love you, but we need to go slowly because I have some issues. And after they blaming their shit on you, honey, you have your red flag. And I don't care how much you say that, oh, what my people think, because officially we are together, blah, 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 blah. Or the other options that, oh, finally I found someone and I know he loves me, I just, blah, blah, blah. You're making excuses for the red flags of a narcissistic person. Do you understand? You're making excuses for the red flags of a narcissistic person. And if you stay in it, you will get more and more fucked up. And usually these narcissistic people are like, no, it's me who said I will go. It's me who left you. Well, let them. Let them, honey. Why is it mother who left? And who said, I leave you, I don't care. A narcissistic person has to have the last word. They has to have that humiliation that, you hurt me, I leave you. And leave, who cares? I don't care. You have to just do it and walk away, honey. But after, I guarantee you, this guy or this woman will come back because it's a technique, a seduction. They actually teach it for guys, that this guy, love mentor, they teaching it how to behave like a narcissistic shit with women and make them addicted to you. Honey, you're becoming a fucking narcissistic man if you do that. And a true empress won't go with this shit. You will lose her. Or you will create a victim, somebody who will be abused by you and will be codependent on you. That is not healthy neither. Communication. Say sorry when you fuck up. And when somebody says sorry to you, accept it. And respect that person for doing that. Not, oh yes, this is your fault because you have trauma, because you never blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, that person had to go through shit to go to you and say sorry. The best thing, if you say sorry, somebody attacks you like that, you say, listen, me, I know who I am. Me, I know my trauma, that is healed or not. You have nothing to do with my life. You should sweep up your yards, not mine. I know the mistake I made. I came here to apologize. But still we are here. You blaming me for your errors. And I didn't hear you apologizing. Then you hurt me. So for me, it's done. I apologize for my error, and I really, really apologize for that because it was not right to do. And now I'm walking away. Yes, you know what? It's you who broke up. Fine, you broke up, honey. Be happy with that. But me, I can't live like this anymore. If you are not capable to recognize your errors, you want always only me to recognize it, there is a serious problem there. Turn around, walk away, go home, cry yourself out, heal your heart that is destroyed, because I'm sure you love that man. I'm sure you had feeling for that man, maybe true love. And maybe, you know what, it's your soulmate. Maybe it's your twin flame. But, honey, you are not responsible for other people's reaction, only yours. Your heart. You heal it. You cry it out. You take it to source, God. It's hurt too much. You say, God, it's hurt too much. Please help me. I don't know how to deal with this pain. But don't sweep it under the carpet like it does not exist, because it will fuck up your next relationship. Excuse me, the light is changing. Accept you are not perfect. If you do not accept it, this is a narcissistic trait. Narcissistic people think they are fucking perfect. They never have to apologize. You don't really see them apologizing often. I'm not saying to apologize all the time, even for things you never done. That is a sign of codependency. I did that for years. I said I never ever gonna apologize for things I never done, because after when you are with a narcissistic, your brain will be reprogrammed that you even apologize for things that is not your mistake, that is not you did, but you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. I remember when I went to see my lawyer, the first 10 times, she told me, Madame, I wanted to say in French, Madame, you stop apologizing for everything. I didn't stop apologizing for everything. That is one of the symptoms of codependency, that you are under control of a pervert narcissistic person. Well, now, pervert narcissistic person watch me, so they probably will imitate this behavior, because pervert narcissistic people are a great imitators. They watch you suffering, watch you how you are a victim, and guess what? Before the judge, the gendarme in French, police, before the people you know, the people in his family, he will play exactly the same person you are, the victim. They learn it from you. They like chameleons, honey. They like chameleons. And you can't do anything against that. You can't control other people's. Oh yes, you do esoteric manipulation. Some shitty people do that. Spiritual ethic, when you, God, source, respect, freedom of people. that you have a right to choose freely what you want. When somebody does not respect it spiritually, that is fucking dark side. Because you have no right to put your will on someone else. And we have the card here, trying to get you to do something what you do not want. This is simply called manipulation. Anything else, Spirit? You're a starseed. I talk about this. When you're a starseed, you are different than the other people. From childhood, you will feel it. They might treat you as you crazy. They might treat you as you big-headed. I remember when I was a child, I had experience with souls. And I just told everybody I love God and God loves me so much. I'm so happy. God loves me so much. And I was so happy with that. And then there was other children thought that, you don't know who is that. And, that makes people jealous. There is a story in the story of Joseph in the Bible. Because he was a last child and very young and very old age. His father got this young child, and he was really, really wise, and he was a favorite. And there was many brothers older than him, and the father didn't favorize the other guys. Okay. And this Joseph, I remember he got a beautiful coat that was very special and very expensive, that the father could express his love. So when you are starseed and souls give you gifts, spiritual gifts, and you go on YouTube, tarot reading, I can do this, I can do that, because source loves me, I did that. And people get fucking pissed off. Fucking pissed off. Who are you? Who are you to have these gifts? Who are you? And you are to not get possible. I will do some dark magic to steal it. You're starseed. You're just like Joseph. Source loves you. There is something that touched Source. Something in you, the way you are created, that makes Source smile and happy about you. And people do not accept that. And what did the brothers of Joseph do for you, for those who does not know the story in the Bible? Well, they threw him in a well. And later on, they said, oh no, we should sell him as a slave, because like that is better. So after he was sold in Egypt as a slave, and he was even in prison, actually, Joseph, if you know the story. He went through lots of shit, a dark night of the soul, before he became the second hand of the Pharaoh, a very important person in Egypt, and very wealthy. And actually later on, he saved his people, because there was a drought and people were starving. And because he was a second hand of Pharaoh, he could provide food for his people. So it was his calling. This is a very, very interesting story spiritually, because that's what's happening usually with star. When you are starseed, honey, and you are happy, you tell people you have this and these gifts, and then you think people will be happy for you, because that's what you would do for others. No, you're fucking yourself up telling people, because they will think Why she, why not me? It's Source who decides. It's God who decides. It's personal. So when you, Joseph, please don't talk about. And Joseph said, the brothers, that I had a dream that my pile of what was that pile of phone, I don't know, I forget what is it called, a pile of plant stood up and yours blew down in front of mine. And the brothers, oh, what does he think? He's the youngest, that we never ever respect him as authority? What does he think? But you know, he had already the revelation that one day he will be on the side of the Pharaoh, the most important person in Egypt. He knew it because Source gave it to him in his heart. But his brother didn't know, and his brother saw just a little brother who is big-headed and narcissistic. So the brothers fucked up the life of the little brother that exactly put him where he had to be and put him to go through all those shits that made him to become the second person on a side of Pharaoh, the most important in Egypt, because that was his destiny, honey. So, my lovely star seeds out there, but if you can't, it doesn't matter. It will put you in your destiny. All the shit people will put on you, and you will learn to fight it and survive it, certainly. All those starseed, the Josephs out there who's telling, I had a dream. Okay, let's get to the next one. The tarot. Let's do some tarot. The oracle cards is done. So we have a situation with a lover who is show the signs of narcissistic traits. I'm not saying narcissistic, okay, because maybe he's not. I had a hiccup again. Today we label everybody very easily narcissistic, and sometimes we can see just trauma reaction or narcissistic trait. But not necessarily a person who is narcissistic, okay? We very easily label people that, oh, he is narcissistic, when it's not necessarily the case, okay? So let's see what the tarot card says about this. Oh, they're turning around. Oh, they're turning around a lot. Wow. This went a bit far. Yeah, this one came out. Yeah. Fake lover. It's a fake twin flame. It's a fake twin flame, and a judgment is reversed. There is a twin flame connection where there was lots of injustice. Probably because one of them, of the twin flame, is narcissistic or has narcissistic trait. We have here an Empress, the Death. Okay. Two of Pentacles and a Five of Wands. Drama, 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 drama. When you have narcissistic people around, they will always create drama. But not just a narcissistic one. Sometimes people with trauma. Sometimes people who need help, you know. And I need not necessary attention, because they don't realize they get people's attention. They just want people to have them because they don't know how to get out. And people is like that, oh, leave me alone, I have enough problem without you. Okay. And you need to be careful, because sometimes people who are in abusive relationship for many years do that, go out and try to get some attention, to have help. But in reality, society is like, well, it's your problem, your marriage, your, just get divorced. Sometimes it's not that easy when you're in an abusive relationship. Because when there is a pervert narcissist, usually they socially separate the person, they make them lose their career. So they are independent on them financially. Very often narcissistic people takes their spouse, the victim, to another country where they don't speak the language, they don't know the culture, they don't know the law system, nothing, because it's easier to control the person like that. This fake twin flame do not tolerate that this empress is on a throne. This empress is probably like Joseph, like, I had a dream, I have a nice coat, God loves me, I have lovely, lovely spiritual gifts, look at me, huh? And a narcissistic, fucking die, who you are, to be better than me. I will push you down off your throne. You're narcissistic. Why are you telling you have gifts and dreams and all the shit like Joseph? Say the narcissistic wants to kill her. Oh God, it's like kids, huh? Sometimes we are kids in eyes of source or God or universe. And some kids, some stars, it's like, I have a kid. I have a gifts. I made love with the source. It's so nice. He loves me. I love him. I'm in love with the source. And a narcissistic. Why are you so special? Me, I studied for years. I had a platform for years. You just started a year ago. How dare you be more successful than me? How dare you to have gifts like that? No, I will make you be like this. The problem is that when you burn down an empress, like Joseph was sold as a slave, empress has the really bad habit to become a phoenix. You burn them down just until death. Guess what? What is the power in this energy, in these cards? Transformation. They will come back from ashes like a phoenix. And they will sit back on that fucking throne. That will fucking piss off the narcissistic. Shit, I killed you once. I come back into your life. I finished the job. I didn't kill you well last time. That's how they think. They will come back. Oh, honey, it's in your head. I never ever hurt you. You had trauma. You were not here. It's your fault, honey. You imagined it. It's in your head. This didn't exist. I didn't really kill you. It's in your head, honey. Oh, take me back, honey. I love you. I will help you. With your throne, with your crown is so heavy to wear, to serve alone. I help you, honey. Let me back so I could kill you again. Spirit, balance this out, okay? And I'm not telling you to be aggressive, okay? I'm an Aries. So when I see an injustice, I get really pissed off. Spirit is teaching me to calm down, you are a fire sign, get your watery energy to be a bit calm. Let spirit handle it, let universe handle it, because they handle it very well, much better than you. Community, and you as a starseed. Community, what? This fucking bitch a starseed? This fucking bitch a leader? This fucking bitch a spiritual leader? Are you kidding? What does she think about herself? She's not better than us? Who say that she's better than us? Who say that she's better than you? Person. You imagine with your insecurities. Okay, I need to finish this reading, Spirit. They do that because they always celebrating with the 3 cups. And I can see 3 women. It's not necessarily 3 women, but it's like a bunch of people who are always enjoying life and they don't get spiritual. They don't do the work what you do. And universe don't get attached to them. Souls don't get attached to them. Don't give them that lovely quote that you Joseph had. Because they see that they don't have the stamina to stand as a leader, as a spiritual leader, a spiritual worker, a light worker. They don't have what it takes. It's not because they are worse or not that good than a starseed. No, they are different. They are made for all other things. So what else, Spirit? So they come, they want to steal your destiny, they want to steal your gifts, they want to steal your twin flame, your soulmate, they want to steal your joy, they want to steal your peace, they want to, when it does not work, oh, I will pay a hitman, I will pay someone who break into her house and rape her so she will fall back to the trauma. Yes! So what the fuck does it make you, bitch? Attacking a starseed? What does it make you? Why? She's divinely protected. It won't happen. And even if it would happen, you won't win. Because you won't have at the end what you want. You won't be a starseed. You are not a starseed, you won't be a starseed. Simple as that. What do you want to steal, huh? Be yourself. When you are yourself, you will please Source. You will please God and universe. And you will have their favor. That is the secret. Not how I steal her essence spiritually. A sign can be a man, can be a woman. But guess what, honey? The victory is yours. Follow your intuition. Listen to Source. And when you fuck up something, fix it or at least apologize, okay? Well, this is the end of my reading. You like it, you press the button up. If you hate me, you don't. Leave nasty message. I will erase it anyway. Take care. Bye-bye.